every single time you send out a new dispute, your chances of removal get less and less and less. And if you don't want your accounts coming back verified as accurate, or you actually want to remove them from your credit report, you're going to want to pay attention for the next couple of minutes. All right, so one of the questions that have been asked recently was, what can I do if round 1 was disputed with factual inaccuracies and it came back updated or verified as accurate? For round 2, do we state the same thing? The answer to that is a resounding no, but I am going to give you a couple different things that you can use to increase your chances of deletion. Now, in an answer to that, you are never going to want to use the same dispute reason twice because it can come back as frivolous, right? Now, when you use factual-based disputes and you're using new and relevant information on every single round, it's virtually impossible to come back frivolous. And that's one of the worst things that can happen, is to either be banned from disputing because you're doing it the wrong way or because you're using illegal tactics, or just that you can't remove it because you don't know what you're doing. So here are a couple things that you can use on rounds 1, 2, and 3 to increase your chances of deletion. On round 1, always begin with blatant inaccuracies. And I'm talking about like 3 different dates last paid, 3 different dates last active. You have multiple years of charge off, or late payments after the account was closed. Those are examples of blatant inaccuracies. Now for charge off, you're gonna wanna start with, outside of blatant inaccuracies, date last paid or first date of delinquency. It has to be the same date because this influences or stipulates when the account is actually going to naturally fall off your credit report. So it needs to be the same date, because otherwise you're gonna have one bureau drop it on this date, the other bureau drop it on that date, and the other bureau drop it on that date. And we don't want to have that. If you want to remove late payments from your credit report, I would actually start with, I wasn't late on date. Please remove this from my account for inaccuracy, because you're putting the burden of proof on the credit bureaus and the data furnisher. And just so you know, the only legal way for them to verify a late payment is for them to give you a copy of the data furnisher's bank statement. They're never going to do that. That is confidential information. And I'd like for someone to actually say, hey, look, they gave me a copy of their bank statement. No one's ever going to tell me that. So that is how you can start with removing late payments from your accounts. Late for deletion. Now, this is a different strategy. I wasn't late on date. Delete this account from my credit report for inaccuracy, okay? Now, if you have a collection that is a third-party collection, we're going to put the burden of proof on them, the bureaus, the collectors. I have no idea what this collection is unless you can legally verify it and furnish documentation it needs to be deleted from my credit report. Or you can even simplify it even more and state, this account is unknown, delete it. All right. Now, before we move forward, I will let you know that if you smash that like, subscribe, and you leave a comment to allow Google to share this with other people, and it also helps my channel grow. So for me to give you this information for free, you can in return smash that like, subscribe, and drop a comment. All right. Now, for collections that are debt buyers, these are the things that you are going to want to look for. Late in the payment history and past due, late in the status, and we're going to want to use these to remove the account. Obviously, there's no way to correct it. All right, so before we go on to round 2 and the things that you can use, I will also let you know that in the event that you want to get a credit sweep and you don't know how to do any of this, you don't want to deal with the bureaus verifying it as accurate, and you just don't have the time for these tactics or any of the things that I just mentioned, you can use that link at the top of your screen or down in the description to schedule a call with me, and I will see if I can help. So these are the things that you can do on round 2, and you're going to want to stay for the information for round 3 because it is very, very important, and if you miss it, you may not be able to remove these things from your credit report. So stick around. Now, to remove charge-offs, again, go after the date last paid, but you are going to want to also look at the date last active and the first date of delinquency and the date last reported. For correcting late payments, you're going to ask for supporting documentation for an independent investigation. Now, if you want to remove your late payments from your account, one of the things that you can do is ask for proof that they did an independent investigation, that they didn't just say, hey, Capital One, is this information you have? Yes, information that I have. All right, it's verified as accurate. Did they actually do an investigation? And if not, then hey, this needs to be updated to paid as agreed. Another thing that you can do is dispute the next late payment. So you have a 30-day late here, you already disputed that one. Don't redispute it. Go on to the next late payment. All right, so if you want to remove the account, you can go after first day of delinquency. For third-party collections, collector did not validate or respond and ask for proof of ownership. For debt buyer collections, go after the date last active. So first, you can factually dispute the things that you would use to remove a debt buyer collection, such as removing things from portfolio recovery. And you can find that video linked down in the description as well. So debt buyer collections should not have a past due. They should not have the late status. They should not have a limit. These things do not belong on a collection, and by default, they're already late. So why are they there? It's not an open-ended account. All right. So for round 3, for charge-offs, notice of dispute. What do all these things have to do with the account being verified as accurate? Well, you need to know how to dispute the account again and still have the chance of removing it from your credit report, because otherwise you're just going to go around and around in circles and you're not going to remove the accounts, and you're going to be here 3 years later, like many people are, saying, hey, you know what? I should have tried that. And instead I looked for all these shortcuts. We're not looking for shortcuts. We're looking for a permanent solution, okay? So notice of dispute. Now, I always utilize this on round 3. I give them round 2 as kind of a courtesy, and then I hit them on round 3 with notice of dispute. This can be used for collections, late payments, repossessions, bankruptcy, whatever. If it's on the credit report, they are required to enter in the comment section notice of dispute so that they can let you, as well as other potential lenders and your current lenders, know that this account is disputed by you, the consumer. If it is not there within 30 days from the date that they first received your dispute, it's a violation pursuant to Section 623. Use it. All right. Late for collection. You're going to ask for a copy of the statement proving when I was late, or you can use other bureaus to prove inaccuracy, such as this bureau is reporting this date, this bureau is reporting this date, this bureau is reporting this date. It's not accurate, it's not consistent. Remove it from the credit report. All right. Late for deletion. Again, notice of dispute. Third-party collections, notice of dispute. Collection debt buyer, notice of dispute. You see how that works? Round 3 is going to be notice of dispute. All right, so you are going to want to continue to stay, because I'm going to give you things you do not want to do, and that these are going to lower your ability to actually get deletion. So your dispute response will come back as frivolous if you use either the same dispute more than once, send the same letter twice, or you don't use factual data to support your claim. We already have 17 different things that we can use to dispute an account, right? So there's no reason why you need to use a general dispute or, whatever. You can be disputing, monthly payment, date last active, balance, date last paid, past due, date last reported, open date, status, terms, first day of delinquency, high balance, etc. All right. So remember that when the bureau says something is verified, this is just an additional chance that you have to get something off your credit report, okay? And the thing that you do not want to do is dispute the same thing twice using the same reason, or send the same letter twice, okay? It needs to be new and relevant every single time. Now, in the next video, we are going to go over other things that you can use to increase your chances of deletion when the credit bureaus come back verified as accurate, all right? So that is it for today. I hope you have a great one. Again, if you need help fixing your credit, increasing your credit score, and obtaining the credit that you would like and that you would need, then head over to my740.com, schedule a call with me, and I will see if I can help. But that is it. I hope you have a great beginning of your week. Happy holidays, and I'll see you later.